Welcome back here to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm very excited to be joined by our next guest. You'll definitely recognize his face, especially if you spend any time at any of the farmers markets here in Park City. It's Daniel Lewis. Daniel, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me on this
Absolutely.
morning.
You're an excellent energy. You bring such a great vibe here to the station, so thanks for coming on and joining us here. Let's talk about the pressing matter of the day. Obviously, tomorrow is the opening of the Park City Farmers Market.
That's right, yes. We are so excited. Everybody in Park City is excited. Old Town residents are excited because it's at the base area at Park City Mountain. You got to get that one right.
Exactly. So it's kind of made a little bit of a change, right? It was at Canyons previously, and now this year over at Park City Mountain.
Yes, and everybody is so excited.
Why is that? I mean, obviously, for locals, we know why that's exciting. It provides an easy walk over to Main Street. But why, for people who've never maybe visited before, why is that a really cool thing, the change?
Well, being at the village throughout the week, through other entities like Mountain Town Music, we're there Fridays, Saturdays, putting on concerts in the summertime, and I saw firsthand that there's just so many people, families coming up from the valley, you know, staying at Park City in the summertime. Yeah. So that is so easily accessible to be able to have steps away a farmer's market when you're already taking the zip line, the trail right there, any of the wonderful activities that Park City Mountain has to offer.
Absolutely, yeah. It really just kind of brings all of the whole Park City experience kind of into one stop.
It really does,
nice
because they don't even know what they're getting into, and they're just visiting. But then again, like you said, for locals, it really is special because we can bike there. If you live in Thames Canyon, I mean, if you live right there in Prospect or Park Meadows, it is so easily accessible. Even if you live in Old Town, especially, it's right up the street from the Park City Library.
You make a really great point, and obviously something that we're emphasizing and pushing with the whole idea of farmers markets is sustainability, is ecology, is shopping local, is using less, and going along with that is, you know, the transportation to get there. We have to consider all of these factors that come into play here, and you make a really great point that it allows access of not only pedestrian foot access from many places in Park City, but an easy bike ride away from a majority of the city as well.
And it's probably the most high density area during the summertime, you know, other than Kimball Junction at certain times during the day. But everybody seems to funnel all in, and it's Wednesday, noon to 5. You can come up from the valley if you would like. Kimball Junction, you do have to come a little farther in.
No big deal, though.
I know, and if you've lived at Red Pine, we are very, you know, it's so funny. You have to just take the bus in now.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Many people in Old Town had to take the bus out to the Canyons Village, but it's going to be really exciting because it's also sharing the same Old Town residency of Park City.
Absolutely.
And to have two wonderful farmers markets right there for the city, in the city, is really special.
And twice a week, really giving you opportunities to, I mean, at this point, it's almost like there's no excuse to shop local, to buy your produce local, to buy your, you know, source locally for a lot of the things that you eat on a daily basis, especially when you have a very widely available market on Wednesday and a very widely available market on Sundays as well. But alongside of all the food and stuff like that, we have a ton of fun at these events as well. Let's talk about that side of it, the activities.
Oh my goodness, geez. You have such wonderful live music. Local artists perform a range from Rich Wyman here in town. You might know him. Local favorite, Shannon Runyon.
Great friend of the station, Shannon Runyon.
Yes, of course. Big shout out to Shannon. And we have Teresa Egerson-Cook. Scott Clysmith was another wonderful artist that just performed at the Park City Farmers Market, just right there at the post office. And he has such a great draw. He performs locally at the Spur once every other week and has a band down in Salt Lake. So we're just so grateful. And that's all through Mountain Town Music. They do all those wonderful bookings, and that's Brian Richards that works with Park City and Kate and Kim to get those wonderful artists up there at the farmers market, but also at the main stage too.
Absolutely.
So there's so many bigger acts that you might have heard of. Corymon is a great act.
Corymon is fantastic.
Sells out the stateroom. They opened up Silly for us.
Very nice.
It was hilarious, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And so, and on top of that, we have a lot of interchanges. So in between the artists, we had a group from the Salt Lake Community College
Very nice.
that came up and performed, break dancers. And what's really special is that the Granger School of Music has started some summer music classes that if you like to play buckets, you can. And there's even a kid that is there on site, bringing the youth into the arts and everything. He loves playing the bucket there at Silly.
That's
so
really cool.
We
So
really involve everybody, all ages.
All-around experience. And like you said,
Yes.
all ages. I think that's a good point to make as well. This isn't something that's exclusive for adults. Obviously, you can bring the whole family and have a wonderful time
That's right.
over at the farmers market. Again, let's go over the
different ones.
Two
Yes,
different ones, too.
I know, it's so much. And then there's so much more going on in the Grand Valley of Park City, too,
Absolutely.
and
Let's
all the
talk
other
about
farms.
the farmers market that will be opening up tomorrow. Specifically,
Yes.
obviously, we know the location,
That
the new
one is-
location over at Park City Mountain.
Park City
Let's go over the
Mountain.
details, though, about what time people can show up, and if
that's
people want to get
wonderful.
involved
Yes.
as a vendor as well.
Oh, well, yeah, it's very easy. It's 12 to 5, and it will be right there at that parking lot, 12 to 5, every Wednesday. And that's rain, snow, or
Yes,
shine.
yes.
You know, we always know that can happen. And that goes all the way to the middle of October.
Wow.
Which is perfect harvest season. And it's all online. That is parkcityfarmersmarket.com. And the vendors are just so special, but you're not going to see all the vendors there at the beginning.
At the very
because
start, yeah.
Some of them, they're still planting.
Yeah.
That corn's still growing.
Well, that's the
You know,
beautiful thing
those
about-
peaches are not ready yet.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of the farmers. I was talking to my great friend Joe Butterfield over at Bill White Farms, and radishes are
Yes.
ready.
Perfect
Radishes
right now.
are ready.
I was just going to
Perfect
ask
right
you
now.
what's in season right now, what's fresh, what can people expect
And
at the farmers
just
market
ran
tomorrow?
into Taggy's because Silly has started a couple weeks now. Taggy's famous fruit, they're always at the Park City Farmers Market, and they have peas. Lots
Very
of
nice.
beautiful, beautiful snow peas that are so tasty.
Very delicious, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yes.
Taggy's always has some very good produce, but I think
And their jams.
And their jams
They
as
always
well.
have their jams.
Yeah,
yes.
their fruit is what they're famous for.
Yep.
So I like the point that you made about kind of the seasonal changes. I think that's something that's really fun about the farmers market is you're going to
It
kind of
really
have a
is.
variety of
Yes.
produce that you're going to see from the start now all the way to the finish in October.
You know, there's a lot of other farmers markets in the state, and this one I can honestly say because of that, offers the most beautiful array of farmers, because you don't see them at the beginning, you don't see them at the end, you see them in the middle, you see some at the end, and it's just so beautiful because the fruit is also just so gorgeous too.
Delicious,
because
yeah.
they spend their lives doing that. And it really is special that they've dedicated and devoted their lives, and then they decide to come to Park City to sell their
sell
produce.
that.
Like these beautiful white peaches, where can you find those?
Yeah,
Something
totally.
that's so tropical, but they grow them in Ogden,
Wow.
places like
Well,
that.
and you again, something that's a benefit is you get to know where your food comes from and who's growing it. So
That's what's really special.
Daniel, thank you so much for
Thank
getting
you
us
for
really excited for the
everything.
farmers
Thank you.
markets, and thank you for all the work that you do, and again for your great energy that you bring with you all the time. We really appreciate
You're the
it.
best, Diego. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Head over tomorrow. You got to do the easy work. All of it's done for you already. You just have to go and enjoy all of the amazing produce that will be at the farmers market tomorrow. That's the Park City Farmers Market over at Park City Mountain Resort from 12 to 5. Be sure and make it there. You won't want to miss out, as well as the Park Silly Sunday Market on historic Main Street every Sunday. We'll see you there. We'll be right back with much more right here on the Mountain Morning Show.